I think we can check in actually in Liberal territory at Liberal headquarters with our senior political correspondent, Mike LeCouture, who is there live for us. Mike, take us inside the room if you could.
Yeah, Vashti, a very familiar face to people in the Liberal Party here with me. David Lametti, former Justice Minister, also good friend of Mark Carney. He has been advising informally. Mr. Carney, thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Lametti.
My pleasure to be here.
I mean, first off, these results, what do you think of them? And what would you have told me if I said that this is what it was going to be just a couple of months ago?
Look, it's still early tonight. I'm watching, obviously, carefully what the bloc vote is in Quebec. I'm watching what the NDP does. We're evolving into a two-horse race, and none of us are used to that, so none of us are being able to predict. That being said, I'll say it to you, I said it to Mark Carney a number of times since January, both in the leadership and throughout. I said, Mark, if you had asked me if I would take these numbers 6 months ago, I would take them, and I would tell you that I would take them. Look, we were dead and buried in December. Beginning of December. Now we're going to form government. Now, whether it's majority or minority, I'm hoping it's majority. We've turned this right around, and thanks to Mark. It's Mark's leadership, Mark's personality, Mark's intelligence that got us through this. He showed Canadians a real change and a backbone that can stand up against Mr. Trump.
So when you think about where you were and the exchanges that you've had with him today, what's going through his mind right now?
Mark's singularly focused on winning this. We'll get to next steps next, but he is singularly focused on getting us across the finish line. Yes, government's a good thing, but next is trying to get a majority government, so we have a strong government to face Mr. Trump.
When you see what you're seeing with the numbers, how realistic is majority?
Again, it's early. Again, I'm looking at the bloc numbers and the NDP numbers in a two-horse race. If we can maintain those races and win Liberal seats, I think we're going to be all right.
You had told me a story off air about introducing Mark Carney essentially to the Liberal Party, bringing him to a Christmas party after you got shuffled out of cabinet. So are you to thank for all of this?
No, I'm not to thank. Mark Carney's to thank because of his experience and his leadership capacity, his intellect. But he's an old friend, and I thought I would invite him to the party. And there were a lot of Carney-curious people there at the time.
What is it about him, in your mind, that has that singular focus that has brought him to this point right now?
Supremely intelligent and masters the dossiers. I've already seen him in briefings where he can turn the briefing around and say, yeah, I get that, but we're going to do this, 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 and this. And he clearly grasps what's happening immediately in the briefing, and he turns it around to give a direction and a plan. And I think this is something unique, and I think he's the right person for the moment.
With millions of Canadians watching, what kind of a Prime Minister are we going to have right now? Because you have served under Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. A lot of people talk about the differences between these two men. What can Canadians expect of Mark Carney?
They can expect sincere, thoughtful, intelligent policy responses and policy platforms, policy ideas that will help Canadians, especially with respect to economics. This is Mark's bread and butter. This is what he is going to bring to Canada.
I got to let you go, but I have to ask you this. You're his friend. Are you coming back?
I will serve if Mark asks me to. I'm happy where I am right now at Fasken, believe me. But this is an important moment in Canadian history. This is an important moment for the country with an existential threat from the United States. So I've worked hard to get Mark elected, and I'll continue to support him.
In what way? What do you want to do?
I'll continue to support him. I'm happy to give informal advice if that's what it is.
Okay. All right, Vashti, you can't say I didn't try with David Lametti here, but, you know, he's a cabinet minister. He knows how to answer a question. Send it back to you.